talked about Ministry of Works, but mine also deals with the accident that we had at Freedom City. Ministry of Internal Affairs, through your orders and the direction, Final Speaker, we have information that these people organize these functions, pay to police for ambulance, for security, over 40 policemen, plus these vehicles that stop the fireworks lorries. Now, but police has power to arrest and detain at will with no question to anybody. So we want to know whether, through your Final Speaker, you can give guidance that also Minister of Internal Affairs comes to this house to explain to us how this accident occurred and what was their role. Lastly, through your Final Speaker, we saw what happened at Makerere University as well. I think we just forgot this one. And I know you have been one of those big leaders there who have been running the university. During the election for convocation, we saw military police. This one, General Kavuma, the one member can attest to this. He knows where military police must work. But they go on young children, students with the police, beating them thoroughly. We need the Minister of Defense to come out and explain who gave powers and directed UPDF military police. I'm making emphasis on that, in a red cap, to go and beat students who are voting leadership. So all those should be explained to this house. But most especially, the issue of police eating money from people who organize these events. And later on, they just arrest them. We don't see them mentioned anywhere. And the Minister of Internal Affairs has been saying it on radio. So that no speaker, we need very good information on that. Otherwise, how do you expect me saying the organizer of the event, I'm collecting money, I'm called abitex by name. Then you think I would be on every door, yet I paid the police to give security, they ate my money, but I'm under detention now with no question.
Thank you. No speak. So, Minister of Internal Affairs, in 2 weeks' time, bring a statement. Final honorable matter.
Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, you gave a mouthful of communication arising out of which I wanted to make some small addition, Right Honorable Speaker, from this side to seek your guidance. When Honorable Seungu raised the question of the red berets caning students at Makerere, Right Honorable Speaker and members, you realize there has been a deteriorating conduct of the UPDF. Just in the papers today, you saw how the UPDF raided a police station and freed the armed robbers from police custody. And many other incidents of the UPDF raiding the police, taking it over themselves. And fortunately, Mr. Speaker, sir, the UPDF is fully represented in this house. And it should be the reason for them not to hide, to put their heads under the sun. Right Honorable Speaker, the continued deterioration of conduct of the UPDF cannot go unchallenged. And I would therefore pray, Right Honorable Speaker, that you cause the Minister of Defense to issue a statement about what is happening in the country. People are being raided, arrested, people putting on civilian clothes, torn attires, who can be mistook to be rebels, and toting guns, and using these guns for Ugandans against Ugandans. And this is well below the expected conduct of the UPDF. Can therefore the UPDF and the Minister of Defense, for that matter, clarify to this country, first of all, the deteriorating conduct, which is even abating insecurity in this country? Are they part of the problem that we need to clean them? They seem to be going out of hand, Right Honorable Speaker, and I seek your guidance on that matter.
Thank you, Honorable Korik. I have seen a statement this morning. Honorable colleagues, Honorable Sechko had raised a very, very important issue. And Honorable Sechko and colleagues, these are issues. Not every issue should be handled in the plenary. That's why we have sectoral committees working at any time and having powers to call anyone at any time. Today morning I saw a statement from in the media from the military, from the UPDF, saying they have apprehended the officers who raided the police station and freed some of their colleagues, and they have promised that they will be arraigned before the court martial. They were even appreciating the vigilance of the people who raised the issue and the police officers who raised the issue. So on that one, I really want to appreciate. That was quick, and it was very important to inform the country on the steps taken. But Honorable Sechkubo has raised many issues which require serious interrogation. And he's a member of the Committee on Defense. He's a member. So Honorable Sechkubo, and he's a permanent and pensionable member of the committee. Please, Chair of the committee, take up those issues seriously and ensure as you process the BFP, these are some of the issues. Colleagues, I have not come here to handle only such matters. We have serious business to handle, please. Honorable Mapendu's on the floor.
Police ya Uganda yo awagwensasagge olugwawo olwokuba ina obuyinza obukwata n'okuggalira n'okukola charge sheet ng'ebikka ebya byeyina okukola. Ono omusajja abitex bonna abakola ebivulu mu Kampala naye kannemerene ku abitex babasaba basasule ssente za motoka ya gundi bagita batya ey'amazzi eya fire brigade ne babasasuza ambulance namalani babasasuza nabuga nti munda twagalamu abasirikale nga 30 wabweru twagala yana twagala kino byonna ne babisasula. Kati ongambo otya nti ze sewungu nze abitex musinguzi nze ndi ku mulyango nsoloza ssente zange ate olowooza nija kubeera wonna abapolisi benasasudde ne batakola mulimu gwabwe n'ovunaana nanze nti ze naleetedde abantu okufa kubanga gwolina obuyinza obukwata obuggalira n'obukola charge sheet. Nolwekyo kyensabye minisita gyatubuulire esente abategeka ebivulu ze basasula okuteekawo emikolo egyo ziragawa. Lwaki bo tebakola bane abapolisi abalina okubeerawo ani ya deployinga lwaki si yasooka mu kkomera then olukosi baani ono omutegesi w'ebivulu. Then ekisembayo ono Tango Doi ti dokita ayina twagala minisita wa defense atubuulire ani ya deployinze military police ne police okuba abaana abali balonda obukulembeze kibayita convocation e Makerere. Military police esiba abajaasi ekwata abasirikale disciplininga amagye naye okubanga yekuba kyeŋŋambye Kavuma yali edisi wa General Museveni akyogere bakyenjogera atakimanyi ne bajja nga military yekuba abaana amagye ne gasinga obungi mu holo egenda okulonda naye nga gakuba bagenda kulonda nga Tango Doi a professional teacher yalagira okuba abaana ani yawa amajaago elective ogenda okuba abaana kivundu nnyo nnyo ate kyeyongera okuvunda ate si kuba nti abajaasi be bavundu naye ababakomandi nga bavunza abajaasi nawo nno ndaba abaka ba parliament bavugwa balina abajaasi ba military police bebakuuma n'abajaasi private nga tumanyi ne bakuba kasaale ka mundu nti okutte mundu olina abajja bebakuuma nga te polisi weeri. That one I have even raised it on the floor and I said General Kavuma could attest to tell Parliament whether military police can be deployed to go and beat students who are going to vote for their leadership of Makerere. The question is, who did the Tango Doi direct? Who directed the military police and the police to go and beat students at Makerere University? That is impunity of the highest order. Military police is an army meant to discipline the other army, infantry. Now, once you see them coming in full force, more than even the voters, dragging, beating students, there is somebody who directed them. And we want the Minister of Defense to come and explain that to Parliament. No, the UPDF is deteriorating day by day, not the soldiers themselves. The soldiers have the spirit, but the commanders are given wrong directives which are impacted on privates. And that's unfair. At the end of the day, when I'm taking pictures, I'm taking a picture of a private who was directed under oath of allegiance, which is very unprecedented. That's the impunity of the highest order. Military police cannot come out anyhow.
Yes, thank you so much. You see, we need to put UPDF to order. UPDF has taken over the role of police everywhere, and they no longer respect police. It is not only in Makerere where they invaded the students in an election and started beating them. You have heard where they have gone into a police station and they have released all the suspects. Not only that, last year in Feb, I think in Feb, a policeman on the road, the traffic policeman on the road in Chisas, was shot by a UPDF personnel, and we have not seen that UPDF personnel be paraded before court. So it is now, it's high time that we bring the minister to come and clarify whether we still need police here or whether UPDF should take over the role of police. The situation is escalating. So we need to bring UPDF to order. This is before we had seen UPDF as one of the highly professional forces here. But their behavior now is gradually deteriorating. We need to bring them to order. We need to sit with them. And I'm sure the chairperson of the committee where I sit, of defense, will call the guys who command UPDF to come and we share and we discuss thorough so that they start respecting the sister forces who are doing and who are supporting them in implementing their mandate. No, they cannot get the same. They cannot get the same reputation. Aba UPDF kakati. But sobedde kati tetukyamanyi oba UPDF eyagala abapoliisi bakole emirimu gyabwe kubanga UPDF eyina akite yaabwe, eyina mandate, eyina kyeyina okukola okusinziira ku ssemateeka n'abapoliisi balina bye balina okukola. Kakati babayingirira e Makerere, poliisi eyina okukuuma law and order. Kati ne bataataganya okulonda e Makerere, baabo bayingidde poliisi aba UPDF ne batta abasibe bonna ne babareleasinga. Kati luli twalaba ekisasa omusirikale wa UPDF yakuba omupoliisi amasasi olwokuba amuyimiriza mubuze lwaki ovuga bwoti. N'olwekyo aba UPDF bannange empisa zigenda zikendeera, n'olwekyo tuyina okweddako ffe nga bannayuganda nadde kubanga aba UPDF nabo abaana babazaala mufe. So n'olwekyo twetaaga Ministry ya Defense n'abakomandinga UPDF nga ffe ng'akakiiko ka defense bajje twogere ensonga zino tulabe batubuulire oba tebakyassa kitiibwa mu poliisi ya Uganda bwe bekola emirimu gyayo nga bwe balina okukola.
Akyannaku nnyo nti eggye lyaffe ery'eggwanga litandwa twenyumirizaamu ne tugamba nti eggye liiryo lye tulinamu essuubi ng'ate omulimu omukulu gwe likola gwa kutyoboola kitiibwa kya ggwanga. Tutunuulidde nnyo amagye nga geenyigira mu bikolwa ebitali birungi omuli okuwamba abantu, omuli mu kwenyigira mu kulonda direct ne batukuba emiggo ne bawamba abaana baffe. Kati kiikyo batandise okugenda nga bakola road blocks ez'empewo nga bwe walabye ekyabadde endejje ne balumba poliisi nti ate kakati tujjayo bantu baffe. Ebikolwa bingi nnyo eggye lyaffe bye twandisuubiddemu. Eggye lyaffe lyenyigira mu byobufuzi, eggye lyaffe lyenyigira mu kumenya amateeka, kwegamba eggye lyaffe terikyalina kitiibwa nga bwe kyalingawo oba oliawo mu biseera by'edda. Ku mbeera eriwo amagye bwe gali twetaaga okunoonyereza kwennyini okw'amaanyi eribanga eggwanga lyaffe linaabaako ne we ligenda. Ne ku mbeera amagye ge lyeyisambu tunaabasi tulinoonyerezaako n'oddigambako n'okukyusa ku mbeera eriwo tugenda kkanya n'okubonaabona n'okutyoboolebwa ne bannansi okwongera okulaba amagye nga bwe kyalinga mirembe gy'edda nga badduka misinde. Yeah, I think we need the forensic investigations on UPDF. It's so sad to see that our national army engages in acts, in criminal acts. We have seen them in elections where they come and abduct and kidnap, and actually they participate fully in elections, which is illegal. We are seeing the way they are taking on other security agencies. They don't respect the police, they don't respect anything. So we need a forensic audit, a forensic investigations in the way UPDF is conducting its issues.
Now, first of all, it's very unfortunate because the image of UPDF in public, including the time when they are coming from the bush, they knew this was the government of the people compared to the other armies. You remember what was happening in Amin's time and Obote's time? The armies used to root, they used to rape people, they used to kill people anyhow. So UPDF has had this goodwill with the public that it is more pro-people. But of recent, I don't know what is happening, things are changing. I remember when there was a strike at Makerere and they sent military police. When we went to the caucus, the president said the military police is not a police for every person. They are trained to kill, they are trained to do whatever. So when we see them now going back to Makerere, after the president has raised a red flag that military police should not be involved whether a student or human, it is meant for other activities, we go into concern. Number two, when we see UPDF or underlooking a sister or a brother organization, police, riding police, attacking them because we are UPDF, we got concerned. So I agree with the Speaker that it is high time UPDF should be brought order. You remember that there is a UPDF we have sent Somalia, there is a UPDF we have sent Congo. So if they are doing these acts here, there is a bad image they are saying, which is a bad international image. So I think I concur with the Speaker that UPDF should be brought order and the Minister should come and brief the Parliament and also the nation. Why is UPDF now misconducting itself from the original UPDF to another UPDF? Amajega naga UPDF gegabadde amaje g'abantu. Twaliko amaje ag'amini n'obote ng'abantu bamanyi duka nga amaje abantu gwe balaba amaje badduka budusi. Naye kati UPDF abantu badde bajagala ng'ebeera n'abantu ng'eyamba abantu. Naye ennaku zino oba president yayita kawunkuumi kiyingidde mu UPDF sikitegeera. Jjukiragana amaje aga UPDF tugayina mu Somalia, tugayina mu Congo. Kati bwe banga gasobola kuridinga police station wano mu Uganda, bwe bamaje gasobola kugenda Makerere ne gakuba abaana, ate nga president yali agambye nti military police ya buli muntu kubanga oba traininga kutta ku kira kati bw'osanga nti military police etandise okugenda e Makerere okukola ebyo na UPDF etandise okulumba police okujja abasirikale baayo, kitegeeza nti there is an error in the equation. UPDF balina okugiza ku musinge gwayo nebanga UPDF kubanga ekifaananyi kyabadde ina mu public kyakuba nti gano manje g'abantu. So zikaraziganya ne Speaker, Minister je batunyoye lwaki empisa za UPDF siuse ate badde ina empisa nungi.
No, first and foremost, we recognize how mighty UPDF is. The position of UPDF before the eyes of each and every Ugandan should be a position in which we feel proud about it. It is an institution that we should put in the front of anything. But when you start hearing acts of UPDF officers having staged a roadblock for purposes of robbing, police arresting these people, detaining them, and then you hear that later colleagues from UPDF came and rescued them out of police and rushed out of police with them. This is not what we should be thinking about UPDF, and this is what UPDF should not be. And we can't allow it to descend to that levels because we do not have another option. This is the institution that should defend the country in the face of any hardship. So it is very prudent for Parliament to come out now and start looking into matters of UPDF. If there are tendencies of it decaying, elements that are leading to that should be weeded out. Factors that are contributing towards UPDF decaying should be weeded out as early as possible. So it's the purpose we in Parliament, especially through the Committee of Defence, that we now have to look at those factors and see how they can be addressed at national level.
Arresting them and arraigning them in court enough to face out bad actions?
Arresting and arraigning in court is not enough, but there are always driving factors. There are always issues that are leading to that. Are soldiers getting their salaries in time? Is it an issue of salary? Maybe small salary or delayed salary? You know, there are bigger issues that lead to such tendencies. A case in point, when we saw UPDF being involved in the leadership issues of Makerere University, where a UPDF officer in uniform, you know, somebody respected, comes with the sticks and what starts hitting young Ugandans, not even anywhere else but on the head, pulling these students up right and centered, tearing their clothes. So, you know, these are not acts and tendencies of UPDF. So there should be factors that are beyond, you know, the usual eye, that are actually driving our mighty force towards that direction, which I think a committee, if it sits and investigates, can unearth, give us a report, and we see how we can fix them. These other things we see as symptoms, but they should be driving factors behind that. Otherwise, a mighty army of a whole nation can't be used in a very small election like that of Makerere University. We can't have our biggest, if I'm to call it a weapon, being used in very trivial issues. So if UPDF is just taken for granted, so we should see that maybe there is even a problem of management. You get it? Maybe forces are there for hire to even smaller people, as we see them going to Somalia. Maybe even right now, a smaller person like Isotango Doy organizing those elections, a smaller person can also hire them and do that. So we don't want it to decay or to descend to such levels. So we need to investigate, a report given to us, and we address it very fast.